host, Don Armando, and this is Historias Urbanas con Don Armando. Well, like that, I'm having a little bit technical difficulties because of, I don't know, my laptop's not working, but the show must go on. So, how's everyone doing today? Yeah, Mr. Sacco, still evening out here. All right, that's good. How you doing, Freddie? Yo, so how's everybody tonight? I'm just a little bit miffed because my laptop ain't running, but you know how it is. Still trying to keep it positive. Frank Cali, how you doing? Yeah, salute, Black Cuddy. So, everybody, welcome to Historias Urbanas. I was actually going to try to show like some Dominican urban music, but then my laptop, I don't know what the heck's going on with it. I'm gonna have to call the laptop tomorrow, see if it gets fixed or something like that. Yeah, salute to you, Black Cuddy. Uh, Hopefully everything will be done tomorrow, so therefore I could actually have the Black Monkeys, the Flying Monkeys stream. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to actually make the stream funny, so therefore people could actually laugh. For example, we have to admit that that this locale, what's her name, Brandy, she's just a fat, disrespectful, bad individual. I mean, shoot, she looks like a. I haven't seen a woman that looks like the messed up version of Manny Fresh, to say the least. Shout out to authorized personnel. Yeah. Uh, Dang, and I was really gonna have like a hey Creole baby doll. Yeah, guys, I'm back. Just 1 second. Yeah, shout out to you, Hope. Sako, share. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Us, how you doing, Pete? I mean, it looks like that my laptop crashed. I don't know what's going on. Might be some charging issues. If not, I guess I'm gonna take it to the computer repair shop. But other than that, you know, I'm just here chilling and everything. Just getting a lot of stuff in order. Let's see what happens. Yep. Well, I could say that today was a very quick day. So I'm going to be moving on to new horizons. Yeah, yeah, you know, Fatal, you be on that show too. So up, Shami one. Shalom, mi hermano was good. I'm chilling, you know. Look like I'm having a little computer malfunction. So but you know, I'm here chilling. I'm just gonna do this for the people. So you know, I was actually the thing is though, I was so mad was that I was supposed to actually have like a freestyle from a current incarcerated artist in the Dominican Republic. Yeah, shout out to Tembeke El Mominero. He actually came out. He had a little buzz, but then a lot of people was not supporting him. He did what he had to do. Oh, the topic is music. I was actually trying to put up a freestyle from an unheard artist, but the thing is, though, my computer crashed, so therefore I won't be able to place. So I don't. I'm trying to see what's going on with this. Is it going to charge up or not? So Tembleque El Mominero. He was actually one of the street artists that he actually came from the prisons of Dominican Republic. So Tembleque, he's been incarcerated and he's about to get out in 5 years. So in order, I guess, for him not to get into that current situation again, I'm just gonna try to put him out. So therefore, if anybody who would actually help this guy get out of prison, so therefore he could be a successful artist, I'm just gonna try to put that joint right there because the Dominican prison system is not easy. You got no representation. You got nobody that's looking out for you. 9 times out of 10, you got certain people that will just forget you, and you got certain people who are actually in the higher power now in the Dominican Republic that practice a lot of demagoguery between the artists. So my movement, which is Historias Urbanas, also I'm trying not to preach demagoguery to any artist. I don't care if you nice. I don't care if you need work. I'm here to at least promote a lot of artists too, not only from the Dominican Republic, but from Panama, Colombia, Peru, España, all that. Yeah, especially and yeah, te mata mucho carrera, sí. I mean, I was talking to Shimola the other day. I mean, that used to be the guy that used to sing Hoa Hooks. So I guess he's still, in the Dominican Republic. But I'm like, you know what? I'm trying to get him on my show so therefore he could talk about his time with Hoa. Super MC. I mean, like, yeah, because there's a lot of artists that are not actually getting the shine. So shout out to my cousin Flacco Moki. So I actually put, I mean, yeah, I ain't gonna lie because sometimes everybody does get mad. Yeah, he is. The Mortal Technique is from Peru. But since he's underground and everything like that, and he makes his own money, that also means since he's a well-known name, he's hard to actually get through. I mean, I remember I had a friend up in Jersey City. Shout out to my homie Paulie Hustle. He actually knows a lot of artists, and through him, that's when I actually seen. Yes, he did. I mean, Lápiz Consciente got a new album out. It's called Azul, Blanco y Rojo. All right. Yeah. Also with that, I'm trying to actually maybe get some investors or actually from different places because there's a lot of places that will actually invest in Dominican talents. So I'm trying to bank on that also because as the Dominican movement, we could actually go places. And everybody they talking about in the Dominican in the Dominican rap movement, they're talking about okay, we're going to Latin America, not Latin America per se, but they'll just go to Spain, maybe certain cities in Europe, and maybe Canada and the United States, but mostly the United States. But then seen, I haven't seen anybody that be like, okay, yo, why don't you just link up with some Japanese because they got some fire beats out there too. Europe also because I remember, shout out to DJ 456 in Canada. I was actually talking to him and he sent me some beats. This was like around 2008 or so. The European beats was good. I mean, it's so good that you actually see artists from New York actually buy some of those beats, and they actually created the drill movement, which I think is actually pretty impressive. Britain had a hand in making the New York sound when it came to drill. What's up, Pete? How you doing?
Bush.
Bush.
Yeah, man. I'm all right.
Yeah.
I'm all right. I'm all right. Like I was saying in the comment, shout out to the usual list of suspects. You know, CDB, Creole Baby Doll, Sacco. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I saw Fatal earlier. Hope. You know what I'm saying? Cuddy, Freddie. Salute to all of y'all, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I jumped on Don Jose's live earlier.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I didn't really get a chance because I was talking to my wife and my in-laws. So, oh yeah, Chaka's doing all right. Matter of fact, today's his mom's birthday, so you know, happy birthday to Chaka's moms. But Chaka, he's been doing this thing. I mean, it was like around last year, between him and Donnie, they had a rap that they were battling each other. Certain people were saying that Chaka won that battle, but certain people were saying that Donnie won that battle. All I can say that both of them put out their best effort when they were actually battling each other.
Rest in peace to the original MC Shaka from San Pedro Macorís, Wakal Peterson, who was one of the brothers from Perfect Clan, La Dinastía. May he rest in peace.
May you rest in peace.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Looking like Big Pun. Rest in peace, Big Pun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Skew. Pun, man. Pun was a handful.
Yes, he was.
What people don't know about Pun is how much money he gave out when he hit that money.
Yeah. I heard he even helped the Bronx. He was like, "Yo, you had the idea out of everybody that he could actually live in the hood, but at the same time, be comfortable." Not a lot of artists are doing that right now because times change and everything.
I mean, everybody's about themselves right now, technically, and so for Pun to do what he did, it's just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad that everybody is actually for themselves, and then that's why you see a lot of these things happening. If you want to talk about people being for themselves, here in Philadelphia, everybody's really for themselves. Like for example, I see I see people who they may look like they're dirty or something like that. Make fun of a person that's clean. I'm like, okay, and vice versa. So
Yeah, that's stuff that
yeah,
happens.
yeah,
Who we shouting out?
yeah. Happy birthday. Yeah, I was saying happy birthday to Chaka's mom because I have Chaka on my list on in Facebook. So I was saying happy birthday to his mom's.
Blessings, blessings.
Yeah. Yeah, Kotui, they're going through it. Shout out to all my Kotuisanos. And for everybody who might have seen the news or something like that, I'm safe because just right now, I think it was like 2 or 3 hours ago. Um, there was a plane crash that happened in Northeast Philadelphia.
Oh wow.
Thank God. Yeah, thank. It was a small plane crash, of course, but thank God I wasn't around.
Amen.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, I've been hearing about Barrett Gold for years, and a lot of stuff that they're doing, as far as Dominican gold production and people actually having, illnesses because of that company, is not favorable. So,
That's crazy though. Who's to say that a company in itself is bringing malice towards the people and not what's actually going around?
yeah, because it's like, all right, there's some companies, right? They use certain stuff, which is I guess not meant for human skin or whatever.
Right.
If you use like a whole concentration of that, and then it seeps into the water system, and people start actually having lesions and certain illnesses because of the chemicals that they use to procure the gold.
Yeah.
That's why in Cotuí a lot of people are actually having a lot of ailments because of this company.
So they're going through the same situation that Flint went through.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's been going on for years.
Radiation in the water.
Yeah,
That's crimes against humanity. They're gonna have to pay for that eventually.
yep. Hey, what up?
Hey, what's good, my people?
All
I'm
right.
chilling.
Hey, so about this company, this is a dirty company, man. Every time they go through it, right?
Mm.
Yeah,
Your Barrett Gold is Canadian, if I'm not mistaken. At first, when I heard the name, I actually thought it was an American company, but then it was like, oh, it's Canadian. I was like, wow.
Baruch. Is it Baruch Gold?
Now it's Barrett.
Barrick.
Yeah.
it is
Baruch
Canadian.
Gold was something else. I used to work at a diamond bracelet factory in the Zona Franca of the capital,
All
and
right.
one of the main owners was a guy named Baruch,
All
and
right.
it was between him and another guy that he was Turkish. They owned that
Oh,
company,
okay. Yeah.
so it's I'm just trying to see if it's related. If not, then it's then not.
No, it's not because Barrett Gold is a Canadian company. I guess they're on talking about the extraction of gold from the Dominican Republic,
Okay.
etc. And they've been in a lot of controversy within the Dominican government for years, and a lot of people have been trying to try to get the world to know them like, yo, this company is actually doing us foul because a lot of people have died through ailments through the corruption of water within this company and such. For what I've been told, yeah,
That is crazy.
yeah, it is.
But you know what's crazier? The fact that our own people, you know what I'm saying, are our own worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? Because look what they use. You know what I'm saying? They use the military, the Dominican military, to go in and terrorize your own people. They
Yeah,
had, they had no issues with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're soulless, bro. When it comes to money, we be selling out, bro. Seriously.
Sounds
yeah.
like
I mean,
Let me tell you something about being a soldier, being a militant that you might not know. It's no longer your agenda. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever agenda they place you on. So yeah, they're gonna use the military to do stuff to the people because they're not gonna go out and do it themselves. They're cowards.
Right. Yeah.
So they use the power that they have to push soldiers that love their people. I love my country. You know what I'm saying? I love DR. I love the people that live there. If they're gonna use me to do something that's harmful against my own people, that's when it's time to quit.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if you actually look at it, right? I don't know if you've been checking and everything like that. For like maybe 2 or 3 years, I've been at constant war with the racist collective of Dominicans who actually want to promote racist agendas, like bringing like we should be more of a Spanish culture and this, that, and the third. So you have certain people in Dominican TikTok that they going around trying to pe- people who actually disagree with them. They're trying to disprove them as Haitian and all this other stuff. When the fact is, these people are actually spreading lies, so therefore they could get people enrolled and stuff. And then 9 times out of 10, the people who are actually spreading these lies or trying to get people in within their feelings when it talks about Dominican and Haitian relations, they're not even they don't even go to the Dominican Republic. They're just there spreading propaganda on TikTok and trying to dox people who actually go against them.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you something about that. I'm against, you know what I'm saying, the hatred towards the Haitians. You know what I'm saying? They've helped that out a lot with our liberty when it came to the Spaniards. Because we were enslaved by these people, the Spaniards. But
Right.
like every Dominican don't care of the hundreds of years of slavery and torture that happened to us, but we care more about Haitian. And I think it's more like a government propaganda machine that goes against it. And just people just following the movement. You know what I'm saying? Like they got trapped in that their feelings with, oh, they're taking our jobs. It's no different than what's going on here in the States with Mexican, with our Mexican brothers. The same
Yeah, but and then the thing is though, they're taking jobs that nobody wants.
nobody wants them. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? We got our feelings
Or
hurt.
or they'll be like, okay, jobs that is like that you got certain people that they think that they're too good for.
Right, or they want double the pay. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
pay that. They're gonna look for the Haitian because he don't care. It's gonna be better for him to work there than him to work in his own country because the United Nations done destroyed Haiti. They will
I
never
mean,
have
that, I mean, if you really look at it, that's why you see a whole bunch of Dominicans. We're going against the United Nations because the United Nations is actually trying to tell Dominicans that, oh, we do this, that, and the third. They actually haven't set in housing and everything like that, I guess, for the Haitian migrants and such. So therefore, they're actually trying to tell the Dominican government what to do, and certain people are not with it. So in that aspect, yeah, I do agree with some Dominican nationalists when it comes to the UN trying to tell people what to do.
right when it's their whole fault in the first place. Because if they never would have destroyed Haiti, they wouldn't need the crossover. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But our people, you know what I'm saying, they don't really study history like that, and that's just for the benefit of hating Haitians. You know what I'm saying? That's when they're into history. When history has always shown that the Haitians were always after the expulsion of the Spaniards because they're the issue.
Mhm.
But yeah, we get mixed in there because everybody thinks they're half Spaniard or whatever, when we're really indigenous. We're not half.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
We
mean,
believe that we're like three cultures in one when we're not. You know what I'm saying? Like the corruption of the Catholic Church and what they taught us about ourselves is all lies. You know what I'm saying? Because
What
they
I
yeah.
was
don't want to be
saying
cold.
earlier. That's what I was trying to say earlier. What's wrong with just being Taino? You know,
Exactly.
what's wrong with just being indigenous to our island? A lot of people have adapted to the culture of the conquerors, the conquistadors that came that came to our country, came to our island, and they separated our island. You know what I'm saying? France
Right.
came to the island and took their part of what they thought was their part of the island, and the Spaniards had their part of the island, which they thought was their part of the island. But the whole island belongs to the Taino tribe. You know what I'm saying? The indigenous people that lived there before them.
Yeah.
Right. They were
And then on top of it, you see these you see the Spain loving Dominicans, they want to go around against people that feel like that too. Like for example, I'm not gonna go around and promote a racist dude, but there's a guy that went up and tried to go after a person just because they say, "Oh yeah, screw Columbus." Yeah, I know Columbus was the best. Yeah, how? Well, you murdered your ancestors.
right.
If a person, how should I say, describe themselves as pro-Spaniard or whatsoever, and me, I went up and I did a DNA test because you have a whole bunch of these people that are trying to tell me that I was a Dominican just because of the way I look or speak, right? So I did the DNA test, and it actually confirmed what I am. And then I found out something that I didn't even know that I had, but it confirmed a lot of the stuff that I was told.
I don't know why a lot of people think that Columbus is Spaniard. Columbus was never Spaniard. Columbus was Italian.
Was yeah, but technically, before Italy was a nation, they actually call them Genoese or something like that.
Yeah.
Because Italy at that time was not really united.
Well, the thing is that people get confused because he swore his oath to the Spaniard.
Right.
Right.
It's
Swore
called.
allegiance.
What people don't know is that we've been told lies about Columbus, and he prepared for this trip specifically to go to the new world. And that's something that people in history don't really talk about that much because I would say that they want to hide the fact that, you know what I'm saying, indigenous people are the chosen people of God.
Right.
And Columbus brought two interpreters, and this is something that's been proven. But Dominicans fight me on this, man, tooth and nail, bro. Like in Puerto Rico, they found hundreds of stones in Hebrew, and I've been saying this to our people, and they don't want to pay no mind to it. They want to be Spaniard. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame them that much. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to benefit. You want to benefit off this society, no matter how you get it. And people want to sort of drift from being who they really are. So
Yeah.
they can have a little bit of self-respect with the Spaniards, and hopefully get something out of that.
But then to counter that part, it's like, for example, right? So Don Jose. With that said, right? It's funny that you have certain people that think like that, right? I remember I was in a lift going to my former job. The next thing you know, there was like, yep, this guy, a Dominican, who served in the Spanish Armed Forces. You know what he went up and he told me? He said that Spain is the most racist country that he ever been in.
Yeah,
I was like, wow.
that's fact.
So you was telling me that when you served in the armed forces and everything, you had people who were native Spaniards that was asking him, why the heck you serving in the army? You know, I was like, well, I want to have opportunities and such. They were mad, but at the same time, he went up and he was serving in that country's military, so he had, like, I guess, a bad time doing that, but he was telling me that he actually likes the United States better. I was like, wow. The way that you see some of these people talk about Spain and everything like that, They watch maybe a soccer game or something like that. But me personally, a lot of these people don't get it. If you were to go to Spain, they would not treat you with respect. So I don't know why the heck you have some people who call themselves Hispanistas that never really set foot in Spain, but yet they're talking about how the old empire is and everything like that. And I do have friends who are actually in Spain that I actually correspond with on Facebook. A lot of the stuff that these guys are actually speaking about is about the old Spain. The new Spaniards, they're not even into that no more.
Listen,
Not yet, 100%.
I'm part Spaniard,
So am
and
I.
and the family that I've met, that I've visited, they were highly educated people, but they were super duper racist and super duper biased. It's okay for them to do whatever they wanted to do and get away with it, but they didn't want anyone else to get away with anything. And
Wow.
it just seems when people are like that, you know, that means that they're inclined more towards the dark. You know what I'm saying? They don't want their truths to be uncovered, but they want to uncover other people's truths.
Mm.
Right, and let me ask you this though: is it through your father's line that you're Spaniard, or through your mother's line?
Through my mother's line. Through my father's line, I'm Dominican and Italian.
Okay, so are you Italian through your father's side? Like,
Yes.
was it a great grandfather? Okay, I got you. Yeah, because and I'll say this about what you were talking about the past history. A lot of Dominicans don't study their history. You know what I'm saying? There's a book called Tears of the Indians. Everybody could read it. You know what I'm saying? It's a free book out there, and it talks about the horrors of the Spanish conquest.
Oh
In
yeah,
America.
terrible.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they're still racist because they've always hated us. I mean, if you read about what happened and the fact that they tore our women's bellies open and fed the you know what I'm saying, the newborn babies to the dogs, you know there's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not normal.
Yeah,
I have,
it's really not.
I have a question. I know the answer, but I have a question. What does the word moron mean?
Moron. To
Moron.
me, it means,
Yeah, what does that mean?
when it comes to American culture, it means like an idiot. It's like Nimrod.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
when it comes to other cultures, what does it mean?
Other cultures, I would have no idea. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So check this out. Moron is a word that came from Spain. In America, they use it representing idiocy because in Spain, if you're a moron, you're someone who either sponsors, is affiliated, or believes in Moorish knowledge.
Yeah.
The Moors conquered Spain twice, so they hate anything that has to do with the Moorish Empire. So if you were a Moor or affiliated or whatever, you were known as a moron. And
Yeah.
here we go. They fed that to England, and then England brings it to America, and now they're using the word moron, symbolizing, oh, you're an idiot, you're dumb. When that's not true. Being a moron just means that you believe in Moorish knowledge.
Right.
right. I don't really wrong with the Moors only because Africans and Arabs were included in there, and both of them had to do with our people's slavery. So
Of
they put
course.
their hands in there. So I'm not really rocking with any Moors. I treat them like Spaniards. You know what I'm saying?
All right. I mean, if you actually look at it, right? Well, when we talk about European slavery, yeah, they did their worst. You know what I'm saying? Even to the point that certain people had to convert to Catholicism just to save their life. But then there's another side that a lot of people ain't saying too, which they don't teach in the United States or wherever have you, is about the Arab slave trade. And that was the worst. And that was the worst.
That was brutal. And I've read that out of 5 slaves, 2 were survived under the hand of the Arab.
Yeah.
How bad it is. So they're number 2 when it comes to that slavery.
They've been doing it since the times of Jose, one of the 12 brothers of Israel. They've been doing it since that time, since Egypt time.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
But they also enslaved to this day the Africans.
Yeah, because they're actually trying to after the fall of Libya, the fall of Gaddafi. A lot of people were actually saying that the North Africans or Arabs, well, depending on who are their descendants, they were saying like, "Yo, that these people are still trying to round up slaves. Well, the Africans who are actually who are actually trying to make it to Europe. They're actually putting them as slaves because they prevented them from going to Europe." So I was like, damn. So
Brutal
it's
slavery.
really crazy.
But I will say this, you know what I'm saying? The African kind of deserves it because he put our people in chains too. So
Right, but
yeah,
right, but yeah, but it depends because if you really look at it, like when it was when you had certain people who were putting themselves, what they were thinking that they was themselves in chains, you have to look at it because the way that Africa was at the time, right? It was not. It was like maybe no Nigeria. It was just places that that they had their tribes. So therefore, they was like, all right, bet I have a one tribe, and after we go to war and everything like that, and if we beat you, we're gonna sell you. We're gonna have you as a slave. What they did not know was why they're thinking that they're selling their enemies and everything like that. They didn't know that they was about to be the slaves too, and that's why there's like so much of a disconnect when somebody's like, "Hey, it was your own people that sold us." I'm like, yeah, it could be technically yeah, but then technically no, because you gotta understand everybody who actually practiced that, right? I mean, Europeans, they went up and they took slaves of their own, right? Middle Eastern people took slaves when they won the war. So not now a lot of cultures was it's not that this was they was like, oh, you can now we defeated your people, so therefore you're now our slaves. So that's been throughout history.
Abuse of power.
My whole thing with
Yeah.
African is the fact that a lot of people don't know, but our people were refugees in Africa. They're not African.
Exactly.
According to history. Now, and how can you tell? Because the only apology given out was from that country that now accepts tourism.
Ghana.
Slavery. Ghana, right? So they're the only
Yeah.
ones to apologize, but they're apologizing so there could be more tourism in the country. Like it's not an apology that they care.
It's a kiss ass.
Exactly. And so I don't see them, and not only that, but if you notice how Africans have always been here, they've never been for unity with black people at all.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't see it like that. Why would Africans see anything like that? Africans, all they know is Africa. Why would they ever see anything as a separation of generation or color when they weren't raised like that? All they know is people, land pirates, villagers, and that's it.
yeah,
So when they come to this country and they get Americanized, now all of a sudden they know about differentiation of people of color. But there's no such thing as that. Because even in Africa, there's white people. There's people. There's albino people born all the time in Africa. So they know
Yeah.
all
Okay.
shades of wheat is what we are.
Yep.
All shades of the earth. They know that. They don't know that as a race or a gender.
Right.
Another thing that's off about Africans is the fact that Haiti applied for the African Union and they rejected them because they said that they're not African enough. And this is what I'm talking about. When it
Yeah.
comes to our people, they reject our people. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
they decide to do it. They're the ones who decide to do it, and it's because we're not the same people. We're different people.
Yeah. I mean, if you really look at it, right? It's like now. One thing I could actually say, which is funny. How is it, right? You have Ibrahim Traore, right? And he and the other nations, they actually have their own how should I say, their own objective and stuff. Because I watch the news sometimes, so they actually have like their own. I guess it's called the Sahel Alliance, right? The way that I like this guy is because he actually breaking down the history of how other people see Africa. He went up and he said, I guess translated from French or the native language, right? He broke down how Europe actually sees Africa. He was like, in Europe, you have to admit, they see us as the land of the slaves. So when he got into power, he kicked out the French out of Africa. And then this is what's funny. You have Republican lawmakers who actually branded them as thugs. So are they thugs because they're actually doing what y'all doing? Or they actually care about their name and their people?
Right. And I would say this. America is doing a phenomenal job on keeping these people down. If you read the book, Confessions of an Economic Hitman, and this is something they do in Latin America too, where if a leader don't go with the agenda of the United States, they get eliminated and replaced. That's exactly what's going on everywhere in the world, and America is running it, bro. Like you have no idea.
Yeah, I do have idea. I mean, if you really look at it, right? In 1965, they went up and they got rid of Von Bosch, right? Just because they under the rule saying that he was a communist or something like that. When the fact is, that wasn't it. There was somebody that they couldn't control.
Right.
It's called Operation Jackal, something that they run with the military. You could also find that reference in Behold the Pale Horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've yet to read that book. It's on my list. But the whole thing, man, that you know what I'm saying is going through Africa is the same thing that's going through Latin America. You know what I'm saying? You seeing how they doing Presidente Maduro right now, where they put a wanted poster on him for millions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I understand America's point, but the thing is that he has a right to be a president of his own people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be one of theirs that's running it. And a lot of people understand that America wants to get in there and put their own guy, and it probably will happen soon.
I mean, if you really look at it, right? Talking about Maduro and stuff, Maduro, you know why they want up and they really don't put this adage on Maduro, right? And I hate to say it, maybe people may or may not
see it, right? But you heard about that street organization called Tren de Aragua, right?
I don't think I have.
So, well, yeah, yeah, it's been, yeah, they came to the United States and they were causing wreck. You know what I'm saying? So, Tren de Aragua, right? They was causing wreck for all of 2024. All you heard was them and their dastardly crimes, right? So I went up and I'm watching a guy that that I guess he's military or he's familiar with South America, right? The crap that he was saying was amazing, man, and it makes sense. Think about it. There's a lot of Latin American nations or against Maduro and such, right?
Right.
So Trinidad Agua went up and they started in a prison in a town called Agua in Venezuela, right?
Right.
And they broke out of a prison. So while they're breaking out of the prison, this insider, this South American insider, well, the guy is not South American. He's just an American that I know. I think he's familiar with South America. He was saying that Maduro was paying these members in gold just to mess up the other economies or anything like that of his rivals. And who's his rivals? You have Colombia, the United States, and all the crimes and stuff that's been going on and such that Trinidad Agua's been doing, recruiting kids just to steal cell phones and everything.
That's crazy.
Unalivings in the United States and such. When the guy went up and said, "Oh yeah, we pay you in gold," now they set up shop in Colombia, Ecuador. They're actually doing all the crime right there. They're causing problems. So Maduro went up and did an American move. He's like, "Oh, okay, so since you don't want me, since you don't want me as a leader, etc., you know, yeah, I'm gonna get y'all," and that's what he's doing.
Right. But the United States, they do the same, but they do it with their special forces. Just like
Yeah, they do.
in El Salvador, where they send these people that they act like they're what you might call it. They use a word for it, where they're liaison, and they act like they're not military. They act like they're just advisors, and they go.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're presenting themselves as trying to help. They're really destroying the infrastructure of the country.
Yep.
And they did it in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Wicked world we live in right now, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's brutal out here. And we don't even know the half of it. This is pieces of information.
We only know what we know. Imagine if we knew what our ancestors knew exactly. You know what I'm saying? These little books that we have, it's just one person that wrote something. Imagine if we had like the books of our villagers, of our old timers that really wrote down chronicles to actually let us know what really happened. We don't got those anymore. They've been taken away. No knowledge for the people. We live in the information age where still to get certain levels of knowledge, they still want you to bust your head to find it. Try to keep it hidden.
Yeah.
Right. And it's so sad, bro. That
like talking about Italian. P.
Yeah.
When I went up and I did my test for Ancestry.com.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that, hey, my mom Dukes, she always said that she might have had a Portuguese grandfather or what have you. The next thing you know, I'm just looking at it and such like that. They was like, yo, that my mom might have had an Italian ancestor because I was looking at at my mom's genealogy and it said Italy. I was like, wow. There was certain stuff that my mom used to say, which was confirmed in that test, that I do have Scottish and that I do have Scottish blood. I have Germanic also. I was like, wow.
Be like that.
Right. Well, I
Yeah.
don't rock with DNA like that unless it's paternity, because that's 99%. Everything else, I don't really rock with. But I will say,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, that the information age is corrupted only because America wants it to be corrupted. If you see what they did to the Tuskegee Airmen, and then they try to remove it as soon as Trump came in, he wanted to remove that from the naval history, not from the Navy, the Air Force history, where they have a video that basically helps the training of the soldiers in the Air Force with the Tuskegee Airmen. Well, they try to erase that. You know what I'm saying? As soon as
And then the Tuskegee Airmen actually ties in Dominican history also because there was a Dominican by the name of Hortense
absolutely.
that was one of the Tuskegee Airmen. May he rest in peace. And his family still lives in the United States to this day through his contribution.
Right, absolutely. And in Florida, if you notice how they try to take away any black history, including Martin Luther King Jr., which is something that's everywhere. But they find it offensive because they don't want their kids to have guilt. You know what I'm saying? You know how sad they need guilt. You know what I'm saying? So it won't happen again.
Correct.
But that's how double-faced they are. Correct. American people, bro, like they will support Israel in shaming Germans, but when it comes to black people, they want us to forget our history, and they want to forget our history too. It's crazy. Yeah.
And I was saying this to a whole bunch of my African Americans. If y'all want to have a mass exodus and leave the United States, some people are like, oh, well, what are we gonna do? This, that, and the third. I'm like, yo, with your knowledge and everything like that, you can go around and influence a whole bunch of other places. Like, come on. And then I'm like, well, we've been here for years. I'm like, yeah, but guess what? If people are not respecting you, can leave, and guess what? They're not gonna look for you. Like, you think that America is gonna go and spend billions of dollars just to look for people, just to take back people?
Yeah, what Sako just said right now. I love it when parents at these meetings stand up. Oh, you're going to make our kids hate America by teaching them exactly the history of what happened? Yeah.
That's a good comment.
Yeah.
I will say this. America will never leave black people alone. They need black people. Because black people are a cultural powerhouse, bro. Amen. Like, they generate so much money. And not only that, but in modern day slavery too. Because remember that there's a mass incarceration going on. They need those bodies to run their prisons, to work for cheap. Like next to our Latino brothers, they're the hardest working too.
Yep.
Just that we don't see it because they don't want to show you what's going on in the prisons.
Yep. Since today, no, they don't tell you about that.
Now they hide it. And I will say also that when we were segregated, they would never leave black people alone. They would terrorize them until integration, where they forced them to be with them, so they could eliminate their. Because remember, black people had Black Wall Street all over the place.
Yeah, but then they got bombed. It was like
bombed. They got highways ran through them. They got drowned in lakes. Like
Central Park.
exactly, and they would. It's a whole terrorism campaign so they could integrate, so they could control them within, and that's the whole thing. They don't want black people to separate from them. And if it would happen, the same thing would happen again until integration would happen again. That was the whole point of them bombing, them slaughtering our people when they were segregated. Like there's so many countless stories of them destroying cities. It's crazy.
But you want to know what's funny, right? Which a lot of people don't understand. Oh yeah, they talk about you have some racist Russians and everything like that. That I do admit. But then when it comes to to like the Russians in the 1930s, you had African Americans that left the United States just to live in Russia, and they still exist there and their descendants still exist there to this day.
And that's fact.
So
I'm gonna tell you why. The original Saint Nick was an African American. The original Saint Nick, and there's pictures all over in Russia to prove it.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Putin just unlocked a whole vault showing that Christ is African American, like he's black.
yep,
They're showing that Saint Nick was black. He used to work at an orphanage. He used to bring kids
yep,
presents. But
Saint Nick.
America, they twist everything that has to do with black culture. They twist it around, and now they're the originators. And that's why they need black people, because black people push the culture out, and there's nobody better.
yep.
There's nobody
Mhm.
better. When it comes to any genre of music, white people will jump on it. They become the kings of it.
They're like Elvis.
They're the originators all of a sudden.
But I got a theory though about Elvis, right? Okay, the theory is this: when it comes to Elvis, black people, white people, they beef about Elvis, right? How he went up and stole African American music, right? So hear me out. Before America and everybody assimilated to what people perceive as white, right? America is actually a scattered group. I mean, they say that Abraham Lincoln and Elvis belonged to a certain group called the Melungeons, right? And Elvis, I guess since he thought that he grew up white, he was like, yo, he learned what he learned because he went to black churches, etc. And that's where he actually learned how to play the guitar and such. But here's my thing though. If it was true that Elvis is a Melungeon, right? And Melungeons, they say, are part African, part European, and a little bit in a tinge of certain Native American tribes in the United States, right? So if Elvis is really Melungeon, right? Technically, he didn't really steal anything because he's part of y'all. If it is true that Elvis has Melungeon ancestry,
I'm just
Another.
saying. My point is this: you can't bypass the originators of that music, and then all of a sudden become the best of the best when you're not. There were people better than you, but
yeah,
always be looked at as the greatest because there were more people supporting him than who support the black artists, because obviously there's more of them than there is of us in those
Right.
genres.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna put emphasis on what you said earlier, brother. You said that black people push culture forward. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, for those that didn't know, Elvis was a part of a Black Baptist church till his dying day.
I mean, he
Yeah.
don't have to be if he wants more hits. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. You're gonna hang around the people that push the culture because you wanna profit off it. And that's the whole idea between white artists. They need to gravitate towards the community that's pushing the culture out. And there's no better community than the black community for that.
Right.
Like Mr. Sacco, this is what I understand about this. It's meant to be universal, but there's the people that don't let the people who make the music to profit off of it unless they're white, especially in this society. There should be no color, but the thing is that the artists, they don't get paid unless
Right.
it's somebody else that's doing it.
Hmm.
Look at the black community right now. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a TED talk of a man that spoke, stating that, you know what I'm saying, what if I put out a record of, and this was him talking to executives in the record company. What if I put out music about him eliminating pets or him eliminating, you know what I'm saying? I would say like a dog or something. Like they would say no. But when it comes to them with rap music and him like saying that the N word, I would like to kill this N word, this and that N word, and then they would accept it. And
Right.
this is the whole thing. Like they would let you be the superstar only if you go against your own people.
Of course, controversy sells.
Yeah.
But it's like
I
this.
mean,
Hold on, it's like this. I remember that one time I went live on Facebook and I got a lot of angry faces and boos because I was telling people, don't say that your Black Lives Matter, but you listen to music that glorifies black people killing other black people. Because what Black Lives Matter if you're talking about killing the next man?
Exactly.
right.
And that's our
And I
whole
got a
thing.
lot of boos. I got mad boos on that live, and I'm like, boo me all you want. The truth is the truth. It's gonna hurt. Let's rip the Band-Aid off.
That's
I want to tell you why there's booze, and a lot of people ain't seen it. Now, the original Black Lives Matter was by a guy. If I'm not mistaken, he was a Black Lives activist. So when he went and lost his life, sadly, he there was the organizations that went up and hijacked his dream is now what we call BLM. So the original so the original thesis of BLM was saying that they wanted to destroy a black nuclear family. And the original people were actually from the LGBT mafia or the Rainbow Mafia. A lot of people,
that's what I say, the Rainbow Mafia.
yeah. So with that said, right, they were saying that they wanted to destroy the nuclear family within the black community. That was their first thing. So therefore, they was actually being exposed for being just paid activists, meaning when it was Tamir Rice and he paid boots and he was brutally alive by cops. When they went up to actually protest and everything, they didn't give anything to the mother of Tamir Rice. So therefore, there was actually high corruption. And during the time when it was the pandemic and the 19 and everything like that, it was just wanting corruption, and then afterwards, after Biden came into presidency, you seen that these people who actually started BLM, they're actually buying houses and such. And
Yeah,
I guess now that the houses that they bought in California and such, they got burned down during those wildfires.
and I
So
celebrate you. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever there's always our people running things, there's a lack of morality because we've already adopted their culture. But as
yeah,
far as the whole nuclear family thing, that's been under attack since what the
The
50s,
dawning of
60s,
time.
since the Black Panthers. And what you see is the fact that they used to go to our women and start with the whole benefit program so they could take out the man out the house. That's the
yep,
beginning of the whole thing. And plus,
hmm
Margaret Sanger going into the black churches and pushing her agenda with Planned Parenthood. And these
yeah.
pastors and these churches let her do it. You know what I'm saying? She established her first Planned Parenthood, I believe it was in Harlem.
Well,
And they let her
Married through
get
the
away with
state.
that.
When you marry through the state, your wife is married to the state, not you.
Exactly. And to this day, black women have eliminated the black population right now. The black population that we have right now, that's the amount of babies that have been eliminated to this day. And it
yeah,
continues growing. That's how sad this whole thing is. And about the whole movement, and y'all seeing that even when we're begging and telling these people, damn, you know what I'm saying, our lives matter. Like why this keeps happening. Even they hijack it because they have no conscience, bro. If you saw that movement, even though it went to crap, they hijacked it themselves, and then they put their own spin on it. All lives matter. It's not about you and what the suffering you going through. It's everybody now, and
It's
this is
all a
how they
program.
downplay this, man. They downplay it
yeah,
now.
It's all a program.
yeah.
This is why they don't really televise what really goes on. This is why they don't. It's crazy, man. I was talking about this with bro the other day. You know, how is it
hmm
that they had 10 minutes? They were televising 10 minutes of news about a stupid squirrel in Central Park, but they didn't give no airtime to that young kid that was on a bike that rescued this girl that was getting kidnapped.
Yeah.
Wow,
You know,
I
I
ain't
why
even
remember
didn't
know
that
that.
convo.
why didn't they honor that young hero? Like, oh, because he was a black boy and the girl was a white girl? Oh, that's messed up. But they found 10 minutes to put a squirrel on TV, right? Well,
Yep.
That's crazy. That's
yeah, I
crazy.
was pissed off like how a Marine gets pissed off. I was in Telegram, Afghanistan, and we had got a car bomb attack. So from 37 brothers passed that day. I'm paying attention to the news for New York, and they said, oh, and other casualties today, the Marine Corps, something, 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 17 people died today. Yo, I went berserk. I said, what about the honor of the other 20?
Wow.
I went berserk.
Yeah.
I went berserk. My sergeant had to tase me. I went berserk. I got
Yeah.
so mad. Like, you're gonna dishonor another 20 soldiers that also passed? Yo, I went ballistic. Like I said, my sergeant had to come, and after putting his hands on my shoulder and seeing that I wasn't gonna calm down, he dead ass tased me.
Damn.
So Tate Quieto 2000, right?
Yep.
And
So when I
yeah,
calmed my ass down, he took me off base and we went to a bar, and he got me a few rounds of shots and stuff. But yeah, I was tight.
Yeah.
I was tight. How dare you say, oh yeah, 17 people, but ain't no 17. There was 37 people there.
But then again, you have to look at the time, though. A lot of these people, like, I hate to say this, and you could actually see the fall apart right there. A lot of the news people were only getting what they was getting when certain stuff happened. they're not gonna go around and report it and talk about, oh crap, we got the news late. You get what I'm trying to say?
They can only give what
And that
they
was yeah. And then when they get that right there, they like say, yo, this happened today, right? And then they're gonna go in and put what happened to you as it happened the next day, because that's how they get in the news.
That's why I was mad.
Yeah.
Another thing that is going on in upstate New York is the fact that Robert Brooks, that prisoner that got beat to death,
Yep.
he still hasn't, his people hasn't gotten any justice yet. These people that were on camera beating him up still are at home with their families.
Yeah. It is, but it isn't. And I'm gonna tell you why. I mean, if you look at the system that's going on within the United States, you're going to see a lot of this stuff happening because there's certain people who they don't have our best interest, and since they don't have our best interest whatsoever, they're going to try to use our own to push their agenda.
Right.
What's crazy about the situation with Robert Brooks is that they put the own prison system to investigate it. Like they took it out of the hands of the people that should handle it and could arrest them away in the hands of a special investigation unit for the prison system, which of course is going to have, a bias because that's their people. And so they're right now, which is crazy. But
yeah.
I'm saying? Even something televised and everybody's seen it and it was brutal, they're still at their own residence, chilling out.
Yeah.
And these are the topics I be talking about. I'm saying because I'm tired of it, bro. I'm getting pissed every day watching the news. So I talk about everything. You know what I mean? I make videos on it, hoping to bring awareness to the community here in upstate New York.
Bless you for
that. Yeah. Bless you for that.
I'm about to join the stampede, brother, because I'm about to open up my channel, and that's one thing I'm trying to do: spread awareness to the people and let the people know, like, rise up to the occasion, man. We're all born to be kings. We need to stand up to the agenda. I'm saying they're trying to feminize our men. They're trying to turn our soldiers into clowns. We need to cut this out. We need to wake up and stand up.
Absolutely. And that's what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go to DR2 and I feed my people. You know what I'm saying? Last time
you're talking about the official. What part are you from?
Oficial Sowape. Mis padres son de La Vega.
All right.
El papá mío es de Jeremías y la mamá mía es de las Yayas en La Vega.
All right.
Yo soy de San Pedro. Mi papá es de Toconal. Mi mamá es de Baní. Ya tú sabes.
Yeah. Both of my parents from Municipio Consuelo, San Pedro de Macorís. But I was raised in San Pedro for 2 years of my life, up in Barrio Club de Leone, Sarmiento.
That's what's up. I was born in Atlanta myself, raised in Brooklyn, Sunset Park, Brownsville, and that was for the majority of high school, college, and then moved out to some campo in Minnesota, came back to New York.
Minnesota be far for no reason.
You have no idea. I don't know how my father, just he tried to buy a house over there because he had some hookups.
It's cheap.
We ended buying it over here because it's cheaper than upstate New York. But
cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna buy a house in Avon Park because it's a little further from the city, and the houses were cheap. And then I started talking to the neighbors. I'm like, yo, why are the houses around here so cheap? And a military man that recognized me said, you want to know why? Because the city doesn't clean around here. The state doesn't clean. So when it snows, if you don't come out and shovel that out, you're not coming out. The whole highway will be covered in 5-7 feet of snow, and they're not coming to shovel it. So you ain't going nowhere.
That sounds like a business opportunity.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
A paliar por mundo.
Ya tú sabes.
Get some palea machines, and that's it. That sounds like a huge business opportunity.
That's a whole team of DR right there.
That's it.
I mean, if you actually look what's certain people are talking about, what was going on in Dearborn, Michigan, right? Now, when I was actually looking at what some people were actually talking about, I'm like, okay, well, even the people over there, they was like, yo, these people are respected. So they were talking about, I guess the Muslims that was setting up shop in Dearborn, Michigan, right? So my thing is this: if there's a lot of people that they actually revive in the community, that certain people are not going to help and stuff. I'm thinking that the most resourceful people that have been known to revive communities and such is us Dominicans. So hopefully, if there's towns that that they don't have they don't have the adequate, or they're abandoned and everything like that. And then if people who have know-how and such could go and reinvigorate the towns, I don't see why we just don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, our people, when they put a business up, it's full service. You know what I mean? And the best.
Yep.
When it comes to restaurants, nobody does it better. Our cuisine is
ain't nothing like working from the heart.
Right.
Yep.
The amount of sandwiches we be doing that's fire. Like,
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The chopped cheese.
Yeah.
Who invented the chopped cheese? The DR, bro. Chopped cheese.
Yeah, a lot of people. It's like this. Everybody talk about the Arab, right? But then it was like, oh yeah, this is the original chopped cheese spot. But then when I actually went up and I read the story, it was Dominicans that created it.
Exactly. We're the best sandwiches makers, in Latin America. Ain't nobody
Yep.
beat it, huh? You know what I'm saying? The chimi, bro. Like, that's
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We got a bunch of other things, that's fire, bro.
He said
Yeah.
that. Now I'm go into my kitchen and make a sandwich.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing we Dominicans do is make sandwiches.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
We're the best at it.
I got
We
two
don't get
lineages of
we don't get
sandwiches.
recognition.
Got my dad's side and my side.
We don't get the recognition for the sandwiches, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fast food in DR is fucking crazy. Like, I love it.
Yep.
Oh, it's a thing over there. It's a legacy thing over there.
Yeah, when I used to head straight to La Marquesina and pig out, bro.
There'd be people holding a corner down for 40 years doing fritura, bro. Crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Real.
And after the club, bro, that used to be the spot.
That was
They
the spot.
It got
If
even
not,
more
he
lit.
wasn't gonna survive.
It got even more lit.
Yep.
The after-hour spot. All the fritura and stuff. There'd be mad police there because people be trying to do stupid stuff. Like always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. You know what I'm saying? I seen my share of people coming out with machetes and throwing bottles and stuff. I don't know.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
I've been a part of that crowd.
Yeah, I don't like.
I mean, when I'm in San Pedro, the only thing that I've had as far as outside food is that there used to be a lady that she had like an American grill right next to the Ladu Church,
Okay.
and she used to she used to make this salchichas and everything like that out there in San Pedro.
The hot
But them
dog.
joints is good. Yeah,
Oh,
them joints is good though.
they got
They were making a
los
killing with
ejecutivos, bro. You ever heard of the hot dog ejecutivo?
So go ahead.
Nah.
Eso es lo que tienen en La Vega. You know what I'm saying? They put everything on it, bro. It's like
Yeah, that's the hot dog bread, toasted, mayonnaise, lettuce, the hot dog,
They
cheese,
split it open.
ketchup. I'm like, yo, what is this? Un ejecutivo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Executive edition. I'm like, wow.
Yo, in your city where y'all grew up, is there something called la Viagra, like a sauce?
Is there something called the what?
La Viagra.
La Viagra.
You ever heard of that?
As a
Nah.
food?
It's like a garlic sauce you put on everything, like a dip.
Wasakaka.
The wasakaka too, but this one is different. It's like a base of garlic with a mix of something else. But they call
That's
it.
what wasakaka is to us. I mean, I don't know about anything else. I've never heard of it.
Wasakaka got peppers. That's the difference.
Nah, there's different types because you got the. All right, so I guess so because there's different types. There's the one that's just garlic with a little bit of lemon juice, and then there's the one that has garlic and peppers in it, and then there's the one that's garlic with spicy peppers in it. There's different types.
Yo, you know what I always wanted to wonder? Who came up with the mayo ketchup? Because the Dominican mayo ketchup is crazy.
I'm done.
Yes, it is.
Yo, there was a restaurant out here in upstate New York, and the first time I tried it I was like, what the hell is this? Yo, and you know that Dominican ketchup by itself is nice. The Bardon. It's
Yeah.
nice. It goes with everything. You know what I'm saying? People eat it with rice, and it's no wonder.
Yep.
But when it comes to that mayo ketchup, that's crazy mix right there. I don't know what they
Yeah.
It's real nice.
My wife's uncle. I could say that he makes a nice show fine. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I make it myself. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, my mom Dukes, may she rest in peace. She always used to make the best arroz pan guandume known to man. One day, I had my Bolivian homie, right? But it wasn't arroz guandume. It was something else. So he's like, "Yo, fam, I'm type hungry and everything like that." I was like, "I bet." So I gave him some of my mom's rice and stuff. He was telling me like, "Yo, your mom has some good cooking, bro." And that she did.
Most definitely. Like we were fortunate enough to, you know what I'm saying, to have mothers that threw down, bro. I'm
Yeah.
very appreciative of that. You know what I'm saying? Like if I would have I would be proud to be any Latino, bro. To be honest. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
Right.
loves their food. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Especially the Mexican brothers, man. They got all varieties of, you know what I'm saying, different seasonings that we ain't never heard of. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They be inventing things too, you know what I'm saying? Just like Dominicans.
Yep.
Like they be on top of things, man.
Exactly.
One thing that I started to like is birria. Birria tacos.
Yep.
That's fire right there. Mr. Sacco's like garlic with peppers in it. Sounds yummy. Absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, unless you're talking about cake, if you have cake with garlic and pepper, there's something wrong with you.
That's weird, bro. That's weird.
The other ones that said everything with garlic and pepper, yummy. I'm like, nah, wait.
Nah, cause Me and my wife, we went to a Taiwanese restaurant today, and I could say it was like some great food out here up in Philadelphia. Yo, I actually like going to Chinatown in Philadelphia because they got like a whole bunch of varieties. You know what I mean? Although I went to a restaurant and I saw one thing that I know that I was not gonna eat. They actually had frog on the menu. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't eat pork myself. Actually,
I don't eat pork and I don't eat frog.
I used to love salami, bro, but you know what I'm saying? Like, when I read the back of the ingredients, I'm like, nah, bro.
Nah.
And not only that, you know what I'm saying? Especially with me, you know what I'm saying, getting into the Bible, I don't do that at all.
When my cousin, a far cousin of mine, and she was like, yo, she went up and broke it down to me that our family is part of we are just that people of my own lineage are descended from the Jews. And she went up and she gave me a guy that I listen to this day. Shout out to Michael Rood. So I went up and I started listening to Michael Rood and such. And I made the conscious decision in 2012 that I was going to give up pork in 2013. I went up and I told my mother this, and my mother thought that I was actually converting into Islam. I was like, no, mom, I'm not converted into Islam.
Well, the thing is that Christians are supposed to follow what the Bible's stating and follow that commandment that says not to eat pork.
Exactly.
That's where the Muslims got it from. But even the Muslims changed their own doctrine and said that in times of emergency,
they'll only eat pork. But then if you really look at it, like if they let's just put it for real, right? A lot of Muslim countries don't have pigs there. So what will be really in time of emergency? You get what I'm trying to say? Think about it. Most of the Muslim countries in the world do not have pork or pigs in general. You know what I'm saying? They'll have camels, they'll have cows, and they'll have goats. Sheep to a more extent. But you will never find pork right there in any Middle Eastern country whatsoever.
What's crazy is that DR used to be the same. Like, we only have a culture of eating pork because of the conquest. Because we used to get fed the garbage of the pig itself. And so
exactly.
it became like a big thing because we had to survive on it. But again, we're not supposed to be eating the pig because the pig was made to eliminate the garbage of the earth. They're the vacuum cleaner. You know what I'm saying? Why would you? And this goes for ships, crabs, lobsters. All of them supposed to clean the ocean. Like, being a garbage collector. You feel me? And like, this is what, you know what I'm saying, the Most High God has for our people. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't eat because it has to do its purpose. If you're collecting them to eat it, they can't do its purpose. It's to clean the ocean.
Yeah, that's why I'm like. That's why you see that the ocean up in Israel and everything like that is super clean. A lot of people don't see that.
Yeah, and the oceans are becoming filthier because we have a market of getting the garbage collectors, and it's I don't know, man. We're just out of order, bro. We're out of order.
Yeah.
So there's no nutritional value like that would benefit us when it comes to these animals. Like,
yeah, it really doesn't. That's why I was like, I don't even yeah, they may give me shrimp, but I don't really eat shrimp. I'm not really, how should I say? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not when growing up in New York and everything like that. Me and my sister, we're not like seafood is not like our go-to thing. to eat. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
Like my ex, she used to like to go to that spot up on 145th Street where they had like fried fish and shrimps or whatever, right? And people used to wait online for them and such. Me personally, I went up and I gave up. I never really ate shrimp like that because I don't like me and my sister. We don't eat fish like that unless we go to the Dominican Republic or down south because we know it's fresher.
Yeah,
But yeah,
and I used to eat all of that, bro. I gave all that up, and my parents used to think I was a nut job. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling them they're supposed to be following the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's in there. And
yo, so what? Like, what age range are you now?
age range, and this is something that's crazy to me. I'm 45 right now.
All right, so yeah, all right, so I'm 41.
I'm a 79er.
All right, I'm an 83 baby,
Two.
You know what I'm saying? I grew up in one of the best eras.
pretty much.
The birth of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? The like.
The Reaganomic era.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The reggae era. You know what I'm saying? Where with the dance hall and everything. Oh my god, bro. The merengue era. You know what I'm saying?
oh heck yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Coco Bangs, Rocabanda. Oh yeah.
Rockavanda.
I grew up. Yeah, even though my Spanish is bad, I grew up listening to a few of Vargas.
Yeah, all
Feel
that.
I got too, bro. Come on, man. And what
Real
about the
all this
merengue
shit.
house with Tiburón? Llegó el tiburón, el proyecto.
Yep,
Prieto Uno, yeah.
yeah,
Eh,
Bunganito.
when it came to like pop music, you know what I'm saying? We was killing it, bro. With the merengue house, that was all over the place.
Yep.
But we didn't continue it, and I have no idea what the hell happened because
Yeah. Well, if you, well, yeah. Mhm. But sad to say, I guess the decline was. This is what I'm saying. It may not be historical, but it's my opinion. The decline happened when Papa MC passed away.
Yep.
oh yeah, I remember that. And the illegales, they had some trauma themselves, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are the best times to have a party.
Yes.
I'm saying the
Hmm.
parties were crazy no matter where you went to. You're always gonna hear merengue house. You know what I'm saying? Listen
Yeah.
to reggae. The 90s was insane.
Yep.
The
Oro
90s
sólido.
wasn't
I
sick.
remember oro sólido. Hasta las 15 de la
Yeah.
mañana.
I
That
remember
shit
all
was
that
popping,
stuff.
bro.
Yeah. One of the guys who used to be in the band passed away.
Uh-huh.
Remember that video, Maria Se Fue, right?
Yeah.
And you remember the guy that was acting funny and everything like that?
I don't remember that.
Nah, but he passed away though. If you saw his face and if you seen the Motor Solito video, you'll know who I'm talking about.
But most of these songs, I didn't had no clue what they were saying, bro. It didn't make sense to me. Hey, baile de beat, like I was like, hey, baile de beat.
Word.
But the shit was infectious, bro. Like you had to pick up a shorty and dance, bro. You had to.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like everybody was on that, bro.
Hmm.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be right back.
All right.
Yo, so Don Armando, what do you do, like, as a profession?
Well, today was actually my last day of the job because I was working 5 years for Tyson until I got the news. Until I got the news like last December that hey, we're shutting down all operations.
Talking about Tyson Foods?
Yep.
I got you. Yeah, America, man, we used to have so many jobs out here. You know what I'm saying? The car companies, the steel mills, everything. But you know what I'm saying? Because they don't want the black community to flourish. They're sending those jobs to China, to India. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
that's the problem, bro. And like,
Well, the only thing, even though that Trump is Trump, he's saying that he's going to go tax all these companies. I'm like, as he should.
right. And you remember where I said I work for child support?
Yeah.
Even that, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're looking for cuts all the time. And one way the state is cutting is giving, you know what I'm saying, the workforce through a third party. So they don't give us any benefits.
Yep.
Which is crazy. Like, you know how the amount of work I be doing for them? Like, I'm helping families out.
Yep.
I'm helping our people out. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Trying to make them understand the system, which is evil as hell.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like, think about it. Like child support. I mean, for people that if a man and a woman if they're not together and they actually have like an understanding to help their kids, there will not be some child support. That's for a real man that wants to take care of his kids. Now, if a female wants to put him on it to be spiteful, so therefore she could actually pay for her new man and everything like that through her other man. I mean, I've seen a lot of spiteful stuff over the years.
Me too. And I've heard of it. I hear it every day. And it's evil, bro. It's pure evil. I'm saying that I'm saddened to say that, you know what I'm saying? It's a business. Our women have taken that as a business, bro. I'm seeing people
No.
with like 5 different cases from 5 different men. You know what I'm saying? I'm saddened by hearing it.
Like I remember when I was 21, right? It was my OG. He was messing with this chick, right? So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm thinking like, so how you your lady doing? He was like, man, I couldn't do it, bro. I was like, wow, what happened? He was like, yo, this chick is 20 with 7 kids. And then all through the summer of 2004, everybody, this chick was always ironing, and I always walked away because I'm like, I'm not gonna be baby father number 8.
It's a trap, bro. And you know what I'm saying? You really got to do your homework on these women, bro. Because a lot of them, they got that on their mind. They don't care about the relationship. They care more about having a stable economy. Using you know what I'm saying, as a person that's gonna support their lifestyle. And their lifestyle is, you know what I'm saying, going to the club and having their grandmother watch the kids. That's basically what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
There's no responsibility.
Right.
Most of these women don't care about the relationship no more. You know what I'm saying? It's all about money.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you look at the divorce rates, it's all them at 80 to 85%, which means you going in losing as a man. You're losing. And you should expect a divorce. You should expect it. It's a guarantee almost.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I had a son, I'll tell him, yo, ni por el diablo te cases. Estos son los peores tiempos del mundo. Y no importa dónde que tú estás. Don't bother.
Exactly.
Don't bother. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have your kids if you need to. But have somebody respectful, bro. That is not thinking about child support. Is not thinking of, you know what I'm saying, just for the moment.
Right.
Make sure she's a good mom. That she's a responsible mom. You know what I'm saying? And our men don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just want to hit and leave. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, so they're playing the game too, and they're the ones who's gonna get it the worst. Because now they got
Pretty much.
their responsibility where she don't let him see him, and he still gotta pay all that money. And when he grows up, he don't want to see his father because he's thinking, well, you know what I'm saying, he never wanted to see me when it's the mom that's like keeping him away. And there's so many of these stories, bro. I hear it every day.
Yeah.
I hear it every day.
Now, I heard something which is real tragic and it happened in New York, right? A mother wanted to try to set up her own son for life insurance. I was like, dang. So she went up and tried to set up her own son, her own flesh and blood, just for some life insurance money.
So wait, she was enrolling him in insurance for her to off him off, like to
Yeah.
oh, damn, bro. And this is what I'm talking about, bro. Our communities need morality again, bro. They need to be shamed because this is shameful behavior, bro. Like, we've never acted like this in the past at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're too comfortable in behaving like other people, mainly, you know what I'm saying, white people.
Yeah, I mean,
They come up with these schemes like that, and then we're acting the same way now.
yeah. Like, I've heard so many when it talks about, I guess, these schemes, when they're talking about, I guess, the, um, the schemes when they're talking about insurance or whatsoever, it's to the point that I'm like, that you have like a whole bunch of people that don't know nothing. But then when they actually get arrested, it's like, well, this guy was in the life insurance, this guy was in the life insurance. I'm like, hold up. And these guys are not even related. And the life insurance company ain't saying nothing about it.
It's a sad world, bro.
Yeah, it is.
All right, I'm back.
All right.
Yeah, you missed it. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about schemes.
Oh, I heard everything. I heard everything.
Wait,
I just couldn't talk back. I was on the phone.
Got you.
Está ubicado el hombre.
Claro que sí, mi hermano.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Whew. Just told the last kid to go to bed. So it's time to roll up.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yo, Pete, you really look like a Big Pun in real life or what?
I mean, I could throw a shirt on real quick and turn my camera on.
Because people at work be calling me Heavy D, bro. Like, I got that look. Everybody be saying that too.
I mean, me personally, when I had braids, People, people always said that I look like Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
You look like his brother, bro. You look like his brother, for real.
San Pedro, bro. That's that strong San Pedro Taino Indian blood, bro.
Exactly.
Mix between David Ortiz and Big Pun, bro.
For real.
Yeah.
For real.
For real.
Any
man.
other peloteros from San Pedro, like if I know their families and all that. Like my dad right now is currently working at the Robinson Cano recycling factory. Like it's ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're ready.
hmm Yo, so Wap, you always welcome here because I gave you a wrench and everything like that on my show.
Oh, you made me a moderator? I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, of course.
That's what's up.
I mean, I'm trying to actually have when I actually get to 1K and such. I'm trying to at least have like maybe 1,000 moderators in the chat. So therefore, if anybody wants to go and be a hater, they could get
They get booted?
booted easily.
I got you. Yeah, I be busy on social media, man. Like, I'm trying to do as much as I can to wake people up, man. Like,
I hear you.
it's a tough job, man.
Yep.
Each one.
Yo. So do you have your own channel too, so what?
I got a bunch of TikToks, man. I got HBK.
All right.
That's mainly where I be putting my thing, my 2 cents in.
Right.
And you can see me on other places, but I'm gonna see if one of these days I share my
The TikTok videos to on YouTube.
I got a link tree on my channel. If you click
Right.
that, you probably see all my content.
All right.
Yeah, but last time I think you were speaking about, was it boxing or nah? It was karate. You was talking last time.
Yeah, because I have 2 segments because I have one segment which is dedicated to the martial arts, and then on Friday, I actually have Historias Urbanas that I'm trying to get a lot of Dominican artists that I personally know to come here, so therefore we could talk about what not to do in the industry because I'm seeing a lot of our brothers failing, man, and that ain't cool.
Yeah, it's just the lack of education. You know what I'm saying? That's where other Caribbean nations like Puerto Rico got us up in because they got better schooling. You know what I'm saying? Our people don't have better schooling. They don't look at contracts like other people. You know what I'm saying? They just sign it because they're hungry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't have nobody to represent them like that. If you look at, you know who Jerry Scum is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he had a contract with Alofoque, and then somebody offered him what he thought was a better deal, and he went with them because they offered him upfront more money. But
Right.
if he would have been with Alofoque, but they don't have that vision. That's the thing. They only take, you know what I'm saying, what they think is the better deal, but they don't look
But
at the
our folk did a lot of artists dirty that was under him too. I mean,
most definitely, because that's how you get to the top. You have to be un estafador.
yeah.
That's basically the business. And that's why we have to, you know what I'm saying, take away this competition of having just one guy because everybody eventually is going to be corrupt. And this is my whole point with morality. I'm saying our people need morality and shaming because we're out here ridiculous, man.
Yeah, we are. I mean, it's to the point, right? It's to the point that it's even to the point that like that. Yeah, I went to a Dominican club the last time, right? Before, when I was a single man. Yeah, a whole bunch of people looking weird at me, like I'm supposed to go in and give you a beer or something like that. I mean, maybe it's because of my skin color too. So I'm like, I don't care.
No, you know what it is? If you look Americanized, people are gonna expect, a handout. Especially women.
Yeah.
Because, and this is what they told me, like, tú parece americano, y ve como tú te viste y todo. Like, they know who's who. By the way you are and the way you dress. There's a certain smell about you, that they pick up on. And your own cousins could tell you the same thing. You know what I mean? Like,
I can tell you a story, right? I was going to a Dominican club for an event because somebody invited me, right? Shout out to my homie Destino from Urbano Inc. Urbano Internacional. So, so I was waiting outside, and the guards they're going around grilling me and everything like that. I'm like, okay, the Dominicans stare down. That's what I call them. So the next thing you know, they're gonna stare. They're like, "Oh, we ain't that's your people. You ain't going to the club." I'm like, yeah. I was like, well, you don't. Well, you look like you're gonna cause trouble. I'm like, really? But you and I, we're from the same country. And they were like, oh, you're not Dominican, and then you have to break out the Spanish.
nah. They see you as a gringo. No matter if you speak you with the same type of slang and everything, they don't care, bro. Like, it's just like
Nah,
the Dominican mosquitoes. Like, as soon as you get
yeah.
them goddamn mosquitoes, they know who's who. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they be on your
Yo,
ass,
dad.
and
Yo, dad.
they're like,
It'll be,
why you?
it'll be like it'll be like 3 days. It'll be like 3 days. You're gonna be filled with mosquito bites.
Exactly. I'm like, primo, how come, like, it's not affecting you? You're right there next to me. And they're like, no, ellos saben quién es quién.
Yep.
Tú tienes la masa, tú me entiendes, tú estás fresquecito.
Yep.
I'm like,
Hmm.
well, damn, bro, like, it's just a thing that where people know where you come from. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not the real Dominican, como tú sabes.
The mosquitoes know
Yeah.
for real.
Yep.
Like, you're not part of the struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they consider you as. Like, you're better off. And so,
Yep.
since you're better off, they expect you to pay double for everything. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yo,
Like,
dad.
when I go to a fruit stand, I expect to pay double because if I don't put my cousin to buy something for me, I'm gonna have to pay that double price.
I mean, it depends. But like when I was up in the park brigade the last time, I just went up and I got my shoes shined, and I was drinking coconut water. Next thing you know, the guy the guy they had a argument and stuff like that and whatsoever. And the guy was like, "You always cheat me" and stuff like that in Spanish. But you see this man right here? This man pays. He's a good man. I was like, okay, thank you. Even though I was not a part of this argument, so
I'd rather when I go shopping, I see the prices. You know what I'm saying? That's how
yeah,
you know you're paying the price they pay. But
yeah,
some people don't want to put the prices out because there's a lot of tourism.
yeah, pretty much. Yo, talking about La Vega. Which is the spot in La Vega that sells tamboras?
Orders, you could find that at the My Casino, like where everybody sells like fruits and vegetables at. That's normally where you get it. And there's some surrounding areas that are dedicated to musical instruments there.
Yeah, la maqueta.
Yeah.
That's where you get the cheap stuff at. But if you want like professional quality, you gotta go to the music stores in the surrounding area there. I'm not too
All
familiar.
right.
I haven't been there in a while. When I usually go is to Santiago because that's where I be doing, you know what I'm saying, the missions I got, like giving away food and everything.
Right.
I barely go to La Vega anymore.
Oh, okay. I mean, I would like to go to Santiago, but I never been there. Only
Santiago,
been to the capital and San Pedro.
Santiago is like the next best thing to Santo Domingo.
Yeah,
Santiago
I've heard that.
was better than Santo Domingo. So there's so much hate in Santo Domingo, it's not even funny. Yo, word. In Santiago, there's so much more love than there is in Santo Domingo. Whew.
Wow.
I think it's the New York City.
Yep.
That's the inspiration behind everything. New York
Mhm.
City.
In Santiago, if you're lost, they'll help you find the location of where you're going to the T. In the capital, if you're lost, they'll send you somewhere else so you could be even worse lost.
Or robbed.
I don't mess. You know what I'm saying? I don't go by myself no way. You know what I'm saying? I'm always with cousins or people that trust. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, pretty much.
it could get that bad.
Yep.
You get lost easily in these barrios, bro. Easily.
Yeah.
You're over here in Sancho La Fe, lost, and you ask for directions, and they send you to what you call this? They tell you to Guale.
Ooh.
Your next thing you know, you're like, what happened? Ah, tú estás en la 42? Oh, hell no.
You don't want to be there.
Yo, but if I was to go to Cuarentado, I would know who to contact.
That's why you don't go over there, because you don't know who to contact.
Yeah, but I actually do though, because the person who runs Cuarentado, right? I went up and it was like his wife one day, right? Because me and his wife have the same birthday.
Cool.
So I went up and I was like, yo, today's my birthday too. And you know, me and him, we talk sometimes. I haven't talked to him in over a year, but you know, he's got peoples. A matter of fact, a lot of people who record in the Correntino and everything like that, a video and such, they go through him, so therefore he could be safe. So therefore they could be safe.
If I
So I actually know. So I actually know the. Yeah. Whenever I go to if I ever say like, hey, let's go to Correntino, I'm gonna tap in with Metal now. I'm like, yo, I'm coming to your hood.
If I was you, what I would do is go with an artist, but not with their family members, just the artists themselves. And you know what I'm saying? Me, his contacts.
Yeah.
That's what I would do if I was interested in actually going over there, because that's where the artists be at.
Yep.
That's wild.
But all artists, give or take, if they're not from there, the main person to guarantee your safety is Metal. And Metal is like, so people want to be like, okay, whatsoever. When Tokisha had like a freestyle and everything like that, Metal was there. And my homie who's on Jamaican, we was talking and everything like that. I was like, yo, if you ever hear of people talking about the 42 in the Dominican Republic, this guy who's in the background, he's the boss. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. Anybody who makes a video in the 42 and everything like that has to always go to Metal. And that's a known fact.
I don't think I've heard of him. Who I do see a lot of is Donny Prendido. That's who I be seeing every time.
All right, because Metal is actually the boss of ZM Music, right? So he's been doing like his thing for. You see Metal, nobody ain't gonna really know who it is. They're like, oh, that's Metal. I'm like, yeah, he controls that whole body. I'm not gonna say he controls the whole Capotillo. He just controls 42.
Right.
That's enough in itself.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hard place to control, though. You know what I'm saying? The drugs and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's tough right there to manage that block. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't trust anybody but an artist. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, and I would go with them, not their cousins, not their friends, like just with them.
Yeah.
Would trust them.
Exactly. Yeah.
But Metal, I gotta do my homework on that because I don't know who that is. I probably seen him
Yeah.
and don't know.
Yeah. It's like you. He's just some black guy with dreads, with like night with he has dreads which is like blonde and such like that. I mean, if you like whatever movie or whatever the case may be, he may be in the background, but a lot of people know him. You know, when Bakero went up and made that joint, he made a video called Bachata en la 42, right?
Mhm.
He and the guy that he's now under, I forgot what his name is. An Austrian guy. So when they went up before they actually made the video and such, they actually showed pictures of him, Metal, and Luis Vargas, just up in just in the 42, just making that video.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably gotta look him up to see who that is, man. But he don't sound
Yeah.
familiar at all.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, if my laptop's working and such, I'll actually put like who he is and such.
So you got any upcoming interviews?
I mean, tomorrow I'm just gonna have like tonight I was actually gonna go show Tembleque and Lominero because he's been locked up for years.
Right. Yeah, and you
And
were
he's
saying,
yeah, and it was like it's like at least I was trying to get it out there, so therefore at least he won't have to go back to whatever he has to go back to. You know what I mean?
right. And it's a sad thing that because I talked to prisoners out there. You know what I'm saying? I contacted them through Facebook, and they asked me for money and whatnot, and they told me
Yeah.
how they live. You know what I'm saying? They gotta rent their beds. You know what I'm saying? They gotta find money somehow to survive, buy food.
Yeah.
Because some of them,
Yeah.
and I blew my mind. I never knew that. I thought it was the same system as here. Like,
No, it's not. It's like it's very different. It's very different. If you the highest paid dude, if you're rich in prison, they'll be like, yo, you got certain people that they're in prison. If they're highly paid, they just walk out, get a female, and that's it.
yeah, they gotta rent. You know what I'm saying? Cell phones. Or
Yeah.
they gotta do the best they can to get somebody to pay them for something. You know what I'm saying? So it's sad. You know what I'm saying? If I had the manpower,
Yeah.
I would have a prison program just like we got here in the States. And I will help them brothers out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Lack of manpower. But, you know what I'm saying? We getting there. We getting there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Because it's crazy out. It's crazy what my friends are going through.
Most definitely. You know what I'm saying? I've spoken to him.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Do you do boxing content at all? Because the Dominican boxing is taking off.
I mean, I know that is, but I know somebody else that's doing it that does it sometimes.
Someone by the
But
name of Joel.
no, there's a guy by the name of Fighter Complex 7. So he does box. So he talks about boxing some of the times because he's a boxer.
Yeah,
So you would know more about that than I would.
I got you.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dominican boxing is coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been waiting a long
it
time
is.
because when I see Dominican boxer, I usually like, they know I got nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, bro. It's like sometimes when I watch them, they don't have like that. You know what I'm saying? The blood is in the water type, where you know what I'm saying they put unlimited pressure on there when they know they're gonna get a knockout. I don't see that.
But in the past though, what a lot of people don't understand is that we've had prominent Dominican boxers though. I just can't really get their names right there. But if you actually look at one of my how should I say
Only name I
one of
remember
my
rip is Mano de Piedra Duran. That's
That
the
was,
only
yeah
name I
that
remember
was
off rip.
that was a bad dude. No, there was this Dominican boxer that was phenomenal. His name was Joel Guzman, and
Oh
his
yeah,
father lives upstate here.
that's crazy.
He was nice to watch, bro.
yeah.
Used to call him Little Tyson.
Little Tyson.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you look at his highlights, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Guys,
there was, yeah,
I'm about to bow out. I'm over here nodding out. I'm old manning over here.
yeah.
Once you hit the 40s, a nap
Yeah,
goes a
I'm
long way. You know what I
starting to
mean?
nod now. Used to stay up for 3 days straight. Now
yo,
I
yo,
can't
yo, yo,
do it
yo,
hours.
dad, yo, dad. It's like my wife sometimes call me viejo. I'm like, yeah, I know I'm a viejo. I mean, look at my beard.
After 10 hours, I need a nap. Like, what's going on?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know, right?
Yeah,
I
now
used to
you
stay up for
understand.
3 days like nothing. Now it's like, After 10 hours, I
Mhm.
need a nap.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
clubbing.
mean, I mean, I took a nap because I was like, yo, after 5 years of working at that place, today was my last day. So I'm like, hey, I need all the naps I need.
Right.
I hear you.
Yeah, hopefully you
Yeah.
come out there with some
Catch up
benefits.
on some beauty sleep.
But the thing is that, you know what I'm saying, once you hit 40, like even trying to go out, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like you're planning ahead, like, bueno, si yo salgo a las 9, hopefully I get by 11 o'clock, you know what I'm saying, and have a good night rest. That's how your mentality be changing.
I stopped going out after like 27 or 28, bro. 'Cause I got that PTSD from the Marine Corps, and if I go out dancing and someone bumps into me, my body just might trigger and do some shit that it knows how to do.
Yeah.
Right.
I completely understand that.
So I stopped doing all that. But anyway, I'm gonna talk to you on another tip. Blessings to everyone. Safety. Stay woke. Us.
Push.
All right, man. Yeah, have a good one.
Yep.
All right,
Yo, so talking about music and everything like that, like, what instruments have you played and in your lifetime?
the trumpet, and right now I'm into the saxophone because I love the sound.
Yeah, me, I was just only into well, I was learning guitar when I was a kid, but then I never really took shine to it. But I like the drums more because give me a tambora and a guida, I'm good.
Everybody be picking up drums. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of the things that everybody loves when it comes to music. The drum part of it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like everybody likes that type of rhythm.
Yep.
But yeah, if I was into music like I used to, I would pick up the drums as well, along with you know what I'm saying the trompeta and the saxophone at all.
Yeah.
I
I
was
mean
forced to
now.
pick up the trumpet though. I didn't
Yeah.
want
I
to.
mean now. Hmm. It was like to the point that now that there's a young guy that he's been making a lot of noise and everything. is because he actually has a violinist in his band too. The guy that calls himself Rubio Accordion.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah,
I didn't even know that though. That he had a violinist.
yeah. I mean, like
That's something.
he's
That's a
taking.
thing.
I mean, if you actually look at it, there's a lot of people don't know that when it was like the 1950s, when you talk about the merengue in the 1950s, there was there was a lot of people that they actually used on the violins within their orchestra. Like for example, there was a song called Los Gondolitos, right? And Joseito Mateo. If you actually look at if you actually listening to the whole song, it had like a violin and everything like that. I was like, yo, this is hot. But then, but then you got people that they just play merengue, right? But if they were to actually incorporate more instruments, it would be fine.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah,
same
like
thing.
yeah, like for example, shout out to Joshua Tejeda for this. This guy is a guitarist, right? But his band, play the merengue beats and stuff like that. And I can tell you, they make some beautiful music. You got to check them out too.
Yeah, and if you could put that in the chat too, so I could have it in my phone real quick.
Yeah, let's see.
Matter of fact, let me give you my phone number on the chat, on the private chat. Real quick.
Yeah,
If you want to text me anything, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Go in the private chat.
but yeah, I haven't followed like music all that much, only because you know what I'm saying I'm basically doing more content for our people with the whole Asian thing and the whole
Right.
self-hating thing and all of that. And how the government, you know what I'm saying, just sold us out to Barrett Gold. Like that's the content I be putting up because they need to wake up. You know what I'm saying? Government can't save you. Government is always gonna sell you out because they're all about being rich. You know what I'm saying? Our people don't have the funds to support rich people like that. You know what I'm saying? Politicians are there for the richest pockets.
Yeah, I just text you right now, so you know.
All right. Yeah, so if you could put that name on there so I could check them out, because I never fell off when it comes to music like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually put it in the chat.
Like,
So therefore, I've been listening to him for like maybe 5 or 6 years. You got some great music though. So I'm just gonna try to get like more equipment this year and everything like that. So therefore, I could just put out interviews and such.
you mean like equipment, like sort of like a
Well,
studio equipment, or are you talking about like actual musical instruments?
no, I'm just talking about as far as filming equipment, meaning that I'm just gonna try to put out more content this year. Like say for example, I could just make content about food or festivals that happen and such.
Yeah, I cover those as well, especially
Yeah,
like
so mhm. Like maybe on Sunday I might just do some content that's like okay, we could because you know that this month is actually the Chinese New Year, so they have festivals and stuff out here in Philadelphia. So I'm gonna try to put that content out.
right.
Yeah,
Yo, his brother looked like a little bit like, you know what I'm saying, Toño Rosario's family. Little Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Look like a mix
Yeah.
of Bob Marley and Toño Rosario.
Yeah.
What's the number one track on him?
I mean, what'd you say again?
What's his go-to track?
His go-to track. I mean, he has a lot. I can't even remember it offhand. But I know, that he has a song that was like a combination of Maroma. There's a Campo de Ciudad. That's one of his tracks that's on YouTube. I can tell you that joint's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna put them on my Spotify. Stream them out.
Yeah.
See what's good.
Yep.
Yeah, but I you know what I'm saying, I gotta see your content because I barely follow any music like that, like I used to. I'm behind
Yeah.
the times. The last
I
nigga that
mean,
I be following was Secreto.
Secreto. Secreto. I feel for him a little bit because when that pandemic was going on, his father passed away right here in Philadelphia. I didn't even know that Secreto had his pops out here.
Me neither. I just heard it right now.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And a lot of people went with that COVID, bro. A lot. I used to be.
Yeah, I had friends. I had everybody that passed from the 19. The reason why I'm just saying the 19 and everything like that because YouTube they're actually very restrictive because of that. So I'm just gonna try to be within their guidelines and
Yeah, I try to
such.
hold myself too. Because I
Yeah,
understand. Yeah. They've been knocking on my channel for a while too. But yeah, that whole thing, you know what I'm saying? That whole event. I was watching my grandfather who was like 106 at the time, 105. I was watching like a hawk, everything organic. You know what I'm saying? I did everything, you know what I'm saying, to give him a comfortable life. So that nothing would happen during that time, you know what I mean? Same thing for my father.
yeah,
But yeah, I was a nursing assistant at that time during the whole thing.
yeah. My pops he passed away the year before it happened. I was like, wow.
Mm.
And then my cousin, who was my dad's good friend, he passed away on the same day my dad passed away. A year later.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandfather passed, but I didn't like the conditions that it happened. You know what I'm saying? Because I took him in at 2 o'clock in the morning because he was swallowing his own vomit, and I just happened to find him when I was going to the bathroom. I checked up on him, and he was swallowing his own vomit. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of sitting down, but it still went through.
Yeah.
And so I was worried. I was like, yo, should I take him to the hospital? He's 100 something. They're going to want to put some tubes in him. And that would be tough because you can't put senior citizens with tubes in their throat because they will never recover from that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I studied it out. And so when I took him, he was breathing real hard. You know what I'm saying? The hospital was pressuring me. Oh, he needs, you know what I'm saying, some morphine. I was like, okay, but don't put any more morphine on him. You know what I'm saying? Came time to me going home and resting. I left my cousin in charge. Bro, they stuck him 4 more times with morphine. He was done. Like by the time I reached the hospital, he was already breathing like he could barely breathe. He was just like real slight, like barely
Right.
moved. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
this hospital just did him in.
Yeah.
Did him in dirty, bro. I was kind of pissed off, but
Yeah. But it's not. Yeah. But what can you do?
I did, you know what I'm saying, the best job I could, but these
Yeah.
people, they don't value elders, bro. They don't.
Mm-mm.
Like when they see an elder, they see a burden. And so
Right.
they think that we think the same way, but it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? We care about our elders. We try to provide
Exactly.
the best.
That's what that. That's what my dad told me when I was young. He was like, Mario, that's my real name, of course. Do not send me to no nursing home here and in the United States.
Right.
Because he told me at the time when it was like the early '90s and such, where you was hearing a whole bunch of people um abusing the elderly, and you saw reports of this every day.
I've seen it because I worked in the homes. So yeah, he knows what he saw.
Yeah, yeah. So when that was becoming the epidemic of they were reporting that they're like, whatever you do, you don't ever send me to a nursing home. I'm like, nah, chill. My mom dude sometimes was talking about that. I was like, no, I ain't sending you there.
Yeah.
I know what they do over there. They just take your money and they abuse you. That ain't cool.
When I first started in healthcare, that's what I saw because it was an obligation for me to get my license and whatnot. To
Mhm.
practice, I had to go to one of the nursing homes because they was just short staffed at all times. So the state was like,
Yeah.
we'll give you this for this. And guess
Mhm.
who was there? Guess who the majority of people were there?
Oh,
White people. All,
wow.
all abandoned there. And the nursing and the doctor staff was horrible. There were people with
Wow.
dementia walking around asking for help and nobody was there. Everybody was on their cell phones. I'm like, the blacks and Hispanics that were there were actually doing things. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what do you need?
Yeah.
The best care.
Hmm.
And people walking around that should be doing their job, they ain't doing it.
Yeah.
You should see how they treat them when they have to go take a shower. It's like they put them in a convention line, like boom. You know what I'm saying? And if even if you don't want it, you're gonna get it because the
Mm.
state requires that they take a bath every day,
Yeah.
and it has to be on the timing of the staff. They don't care what time you want to take a bath. You're gonna take a bath when they say so, and that's
Yeah.
horrible treatment.
Yeah. It is.
Everybody wants to wake up at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, take a cold shower, man. That's harsh. And you know how
Yeah. It
sensitive,
is.
you know what I'm saying, the elderly is to temperature.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm about to wrap it up because I'm tired.
Oh, no, definitely. You need that nap. I understand.
Yeah, man.
You need that 40s nap. I got you. Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
but
past my 40s.
but yeah, but catch me tomorrow because I'm going to have another stream. It's just going to be funny and everything like that because yeah.
Yeah, just shoot me through the text, and you know what I'm saying. I'll see if I can make some room. You know what I'm saying.
All right, bro.
All right, man. It was
Yo,
nice meeting you. You know what I'm saying. Like,
it was nice seeing you, bro.
all right. Well, thank Christ.
All right. Yep.
You have a good one.
Amen. You
Shalom.
too. Shalom. Well, this is the I'm signing off and everything like that. I would have had like maybe I would have went like 4 hours or such, but technical difficulties. So I see you later.